Oh, morning Steve. That's a surprising amount of fish you've got there.
Just the usual fash, Ken. Couple of haddock going down the chippy likes.
On you go. On you go. Oh shit. Fuck, I left my lighter. Steve, you got a light?
No lighter, mate.
Oh, shit. Has anyone got a light? For anyone? Anyone? What the fuck is that? Thanks, I suppose.
Hello guys, and welcome to a very special episode of
Lord of the Rings Warhammer.
I've been lucky enough to get a commission for Smaug the Magnificent, the biggest model that Lord of the Rings Warhammer does. I've been working on this bad boy for the past month. Well, I say working, I mean more being too scared to go anywhere near it in case I ruin it. You know, I found myself doing 10 minutes of Smaug and then just staring at him for multiple long hours, just trying to get out the courage to start work again. So first things 14th, we're going to start by trying to get some steam in the tank. To do this, I want to start with the base. I did this first. You know, it's so big it could actually be classed as a completely separate miniature to Smaug. And I thought if I get this done, it'll give me a big boost in confidence and help me with the rest of the big man. So as you can see, I gave the base a coating of Hyrax Brown. I have realised that I've been saying Hydrax Brown for the last 20 videos. Hydrax Brown, Hydrax Brown, Hydrax Brown, Hydrax Brown. And it's actually Hyrax. There's no D in it. I don't know why I call it Hyrax. I'm sorry guys. But anyway, moving on to the gold. So just going with the old faithful retributed armor. I am just covering anything gold coin looking on this base, making sure not to accidentally do any of the armor items or the helmets. I also did some of the golden metal on the cases, on the kind of, you know, the side of the cases. I don't know what it's called. I actually found this very therapeutic, colouring in this massive base with all the different bits of gold. I really did enjoy this. I'm actually running out of gold. Oh shit. I don't actually know if I'm going to get this fucking base done. Ah! I'm hoping I can maybe water it down a bit so it flows better into the kind of the coin recesses. Actually, why don't I do some silver coins? Nah, Smaug wouldn't be happy with silver coins. He's a gold lad. He's a gold lad. So yeah, I'm gonna have to power on. You can see that I have finished the gold here. Don't worry, it will look 10 times better after a wee wash. I couldn't decide whether or not to go with Raycon Flesh or Drushy Violet, so I did both. Parts of the bases were given big swatches of the Flesh wash and others of the Violet, and I kind of blended them in the middle where appropriate. Ooh, it's dried and I'm loving it. I think the purple and the Raycon together has made some very nice modulation, something-lation across the thing. So there's like different bits, there's darker bits and there's lighter bits and there's darker, eviler, purplier bits, and I think now that, see when a wash dries, it just looks fantastic. Oh wait, sorry, the first thing I'm going to do is dry brush everything with Liberator Gold. Why do I keep kissing things? So next up, I'm going to be dry brushing with Liberator Armor across the entire base. If you don't know what dry brushing is by now, let me know what drugs you're taking so I can get some. I'm using this massive brush here because the base is huge and I'm making sure to get all the coins and parts of the chests and bring out all that lovely fine cast detail. Next up, silver. We're going to go with some lead belcher. We've got some shields, armor, vases, and even some weapons lying on the base. Just going to give them a wee coat of lead belcher and then a wash of Nuln Oil. I'm now going through the gallery of videos I took for Smaug. I'm not sure why this one is in here, but I may as well show you it.
Your old it's just hit the jackpot. Everything for 10 pence. Got a fucking leg of lamb in there for 10 pence. Fucking lobster. Scampi. Oh, We're living the high life now, lads.
So, we're getting there. It's starting to look really cool. I will admit I got a bit carried away. As you can see, I have dry brushed and done the stairs, and I did some copper kind of coins as well thrown in, just to kind of give it a bit of difference and some bit of pizzazz, you know. So all the things I've got left to do are I've got to do the wood on the chests, and then my secret special weapon, which I'll tell you about later. I've got something I've not seen anyone do before. I have realised I've spent about a day just doing this base, and it's probably stupid because it's just going to be underneath the Smaug, but I was just really enjoying painting it, so I've just been taking my time and having fun painting all the different bits of jewellery and gold and stuff. But I do have a secret weapon to make it look even cooler. Well, I hope it does. We'll soon find out. Next up, wood on the chest. We're either doing Rhinox or Mournfang for a bit of variety, followed by a wee Agrax wand. So, it's time for my secret weapon. And what is my secret weapon? Well, I just held them up for you. It's the old technical gem paints that I bought all three of them back in the day because reasons, and they've actually become quite useful for this base. So basically I've done a wee test piece and I think it looks awesome. All I've done is like tap individual little coins or things that look more like gems with like different colours, and I think it looks class. So I'm going to do the full base, and hopefully it looks amazing because, you know, it's actually brought a bit of colour to the base. I feel like everyone else's Smaug base is, you know, it's just gold. So a little bit of spot colour to make your eyes feel all fancy and nice. And what am I talking about? I don't know. Yeah, let's just do it and then see what happens. Transition. Why would it turn? There we go. So next up, I'm actually getting a bit worried about how I'm going to film this because Smaug is actually so big. It's going to be hard to get some good footage with my lights and my cameras and all that stuff in the way, but I'll try to cover the basic steps that I used here. So second things 15th, we need to do some green stuffing. I've been asked to fill in some of the gaps. There's a couple of bits on the wings here that have big, massive holes in them, and a bit under the mouth, and some other bits and bobs are in the model. So we're just going to get some fresh water for the green stuff. We don't want to be mixing in manky old paint water into it. You know, as usual, take the yellow and blue, mix it together until nice and green. Use tap water as required to stop it sticking to your fingers. That is the absolute worst feeling on the planet. So just apply small bits to where the gaps are needing filmed. Apologies for the terrible filming, it's just so big I can't get it to focus properly in my hands. As you can see, I've just popped it into where the big gap is under the mouth, and then I'm pushing it in with a modelling tool. Once the green stuff is applied in the right position, and if it's in that area with scales, I can take a modelling tool and tap it to try and recreate the kind of scaled look. Just give it a wee tap, 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 and that should make nice scales. Tap, 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 tap. Aye, yeah. Right, it's so big. I'm definitely gonna have to spray it outside. But unfortunately, Scotland's doing the usual, and the rain's just gone off. It's just gone off. Shit, let's get that done now. So Smaug is already currently base coated with this tan colour. However, I think I want to work from a black base coat. If you're wondering why the next clip is topless, it's because last time I spray painted a massive, I think it was a Titan, I managed to get black spray paint all over me, all over my nice new shirt, and I don't want to risk getting my clothes all dirty. So yeah, there is a method to the madness. Right, I'm gonna leave it at that, I think, and let that dry, and then I'll grab the other half and spray the back of it. So I just ran out of black spray midway through painting up Smaug here, and I'm just beyond raging because 2 hours ago I was in my local gaming store, shout out to Vlad's, and I could have easily picked up some black spray, but no, I didn't check. Why didn't I check when I had a massive dragon to paint black? I don't know.
What an absolute fucking bell end. That's all I'm going to say. But, quick segue, you know who else is an absolute bell end? Alex from Battle Wanker. And yes, we have a podcast together, and it is as bad as you would expect it to be, but I still highly recommend you go give it a listen. Just to see what all the fuss is about. There is no fuss, but I would go have a wee look. Go have a look. Do it. What a perfect segue. What an absolute perfect segue there, John. Well done. But eventually I got some more spray and finished Smaug off.
Phrasing.
This added more time to the build than was really required. So I get my big makeup brush that I love for dry brushing, and I use a dark grey at first. I went with Storm Vermin Fur. I then slowly mix in a lighter grey. In this instance it was Celestial Grey, up to a pure 100% Celestial Grey. Dry brushing as we go. Make sure to pick it. Blah. Then slowly mix in a lighter grey and dry brush over the detail. I think in this instance it was a Celestial Grey. Eventually we want to go up to a pure 100% Celestial Grey on the finest parts of the detail. You know, make sure to pick out all the details on the scales, the claws, and the Smaug is starting to have a little bit of life to it here. Then I get like white, and the same as the previous step, but I stop at about a 50-50 mix, as I don't want pure white highlights. Now, don't turn off here. I know I'm about to pick out an airbrush here, but I ended up not using it because I made a complete arse of it and I don't know what I'm doing. So here's all the bits that I bought: compressor, airbrush holder, cleaning pot, cleaning tools, cleaner and thinner, and a bottle of water. And I also bought all these Vallejo paints so it would mix with the thinners, and they should work through the airbrush quite easily. And as you can imagine, I made a complete arse of this, so instead of a constructive tutorial on how to use an airbrush, I'm just going to show you all the clips that kind of made just a disaster. Yeah, just going to put them together for you to have a laugh at. Fucking piece of shit. Airbrushes are for fucking gimps. Fuck this shit, man. Just pisses out watery paint, and if you put not enough water in it, it just blocks. So you either get pishy watery paint or no paint. What a piece of shit. What a piece of fucking shit. And I've had a bit of a go with the airbrush. It was going well, and then it's just suddenly decided not to work. I don't know why. Don't have a fucking clue. Don't understand this at all. I might just hand paint this entire thing. All that fucking money wasted. And I just realised I had the camera the wrong way around when I was recording there, so great success. Just an absolute fucking piece of shit, really, isn't it? So, oh, for fuck's. So we're going to do it my way. I don't know what that is yet, but I'm going to have a think. So we're going to do it my way, and the way I did it was to give the entire thing a base coat of Screamer Pink. Apart from the scales that we've already done, of course, we're just going to go over the rest of the model, so that's like all the skin, the face, etc. You know, it was at this point I was kind of wondering if I'd painted it in subdivisions, it would have been easier. But it's not something I generally like doing, and it would have involved me having to break apart Smaug, which actually now that's even more mental than using, yeah, no, glad I didn't do that. So once we have the Screamer Pink all over the model, from the head down to the tail, it's time to move on to the dry brushing stage. Make sure you have all the dry brushes you need laid out. I've got 5 here. This should be enough for red, orange, yellow, and maybe 2 for blending if required. Get the paints out in the gradient you're doing. I'm starting from a nice corn red and finishing up at Flash Gets Yellow. And you can see all the stages in between here. And finally, make sure you have an ass load of kitchen paper.
Like, imagine you have to wipe an elephant's arse amount of kitchen paper. And we just take the paints in order and dry brush up the wing. The reds go quite heavy as they are the base tones for the blend. We want to create a gradient all the way from magenta all the way up through to bright. However, we are starting further up the wing each time we pick a new colour. And as you can see, when we get to the yellow, we want to be way more near the top of the wing than the bottom, and we get this really nice sexy gradient across the entire wing. So I'll also put a wee link to my necromancer video at the end of this one, as I use a similar technique to get the glow effect on him. Then I went back and filled in all the black scales. I debated on whether or not to do this, but my Patreons all agreed that I should black them out again, and I'm definitely glad that I did. Yes, a segue into some shameless self-promotion. I do have a Patreon. Come and say hello. You know, all the paid tiers get a free Shagger dice and permanent Discord access. You know, I'm in there most days. You can come say hello and chat to me and all that shite. Play games, blah blah. Anyway, after that horrible YouTube spiel that I have to do that I hate, and using Abaddon Black to fill in the scales again, I've got some Celestial Grey on a dry brush, and I just flick it over very lightly to highlight the scales, but not to ruin the red and yellow gradient underneath. Then I'm using Evil Sun Scarlet to highlight the big ass tongue, and then I think I even used a little bit of Wild Rider Red just on the edges of it. We then go onto the eyes, and for the eyes I've got a big dollop of Troll Slayer Orange before using a wash of Cassandora Yellow. This was incredibly hard to film, but we're getting there. Once the wash was dried, I got a bit of Flash Gits Yellow in the middle of the eye, and got a nice fine detail brush and did a wee eye slit. I think this gives a very nice effect. Teeth and tusks were usual recipe, flayed one flesh, sepia wash, white highlight. And that's the big man done. So I hope you enjoyed this absolutely trash tier tutorial. It's probably one of the worst you've done yet, but if you made it this far, well done. Well done indeed. Pat yourself on the back. I'm sure I spent 10 times more time paralysed with fear than actually painting it, and when I did get around to painting it, I would forget to film it, or it was just such a big scary task that I do feel like I got a good result in the end, but the video is a bit crap, but I felt I had to do this video. Like, I got to paint Smaug. How cool is that? It's like a dream come true. You know, let me know in the comments what you think of this result. Did I do a good enough job without an airbrush? Are you happy with the result? And more importantly, what do you think of the best Smaug base that there ever was? I definitely think mine is. Using the 3 gem thing, that's a game changer, guys. Come on. Like, I do think if I worked on this solidly, I could have done it in about 2 or 3 days. But in reality, it probably took me 2 or 3 weeks from just all the paralysis, fucking about with an airbrush, and you know, going into the shop to buy new sprays, blah blah blah. I think it shows you that I'm also not very good at the commission painting profitability side of things, because I think I spent the majority of the money on things that I ended up not using. So, well done, John. And of course, a huge thank you to all my Patreons who keep the lights on at JMacHQ. You guys give me the motivation to keep making videos, because YouTube certainly kills all motivation. Hopefully I can upload this video soon and you're able to watch it, because currently I'm banned for calling a chicken a c*** in the last video. And of course, see yous later. I love yous all, and pray to the Royal Mail gods that Smaug makes it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and remember to give my bell a good old ring. Wow. Heating up the spray paint here. Stop filling my belly, I creep. Trying to fucking get Alex to listen to his fucking audio, because I've been in here for 10 minutes and he's not even fucking noticed. Hello! Hello! Yeah, he's finally realised.
This is just an absolute disgrace. An absolute disgrace. Fucking belly. Like, my arm actually getting like sore just holding this fucking thing, man. Jesus, it's a fucking brick of resin. This is quite possibly the hardest thing I've ever fucking painted, I'll tell you that. Jesus. I still don't need to go to the gym today. Not that I ever go.
Left a few monkey nuts out for from some squirrels, expecting squirrels. Instead we got this wee guy. Oh my god, no fear at all. Are you okay, mate? I wonder if I can stroke it.
No, don't. I mean, I jump.
What is going on? Is this wild or is it somebody's pet that's escaped?
It's so cute. It's like, fuck off, I want
Fuck off, let me. That's fucking mental.
Nice, so cute. Oh my god, you're tiny.
It's definitely a wild one, isn't it?
Definitely wild. Oh my god.
I can't believe it's so tame.
John, please don't let me. You need to go to the doctor if he bites you.
Oh yeah, okay, I won't. See you later, wee man. Enjoy your nuts. I'll leave some more out. Ah! Jesus fucking Christ, that hardly even fits on my desk.
Let's stop there. Later the smoke alarm will go off.
Who needs a smoke alarm? I was smoke.
I think I fancy a grape holiday. That'll be class. So I have decided to just take it outside and try to do the shots outside. I don't have like a good setup for like a backdrop or like anything. It's just going to be on my glass table in front of, oh for fuck's sake. Shh. Shh. Shut thine hole, EasyJet. Fuck's sake. Yeah, yeah, I think I pretty much said what I had to say there, so yeah, let's